your commitment and for keeping us safe. Thank you.
Matthew Cavazos alongside Harlingen South at home taking on the McAllen Bulldogs. And Matthew, two teams 1-1, two teams looking for some identity, and two teams obviously wanting to get a win here tonight.
Oh yeah, everyone's trying to get a win, and they came out here. We saw them last week. They played here at Bogus, Harlingen South did, and they were a really ground and pound team. They try to run out the clock. They try to do their best. It looks like they have their identity formed. They use three running backs. They use Corbin Hendrick, they use Emilio Quiroz, and Orlando Muniz, and they all come in with fresh legs, ready to fight, and they never give up any yards.
Meanwhile, the McAllen Bulldogs took it on the chin in their opening game of the season and regrouped and got themselves a win last week against Edinburgh North, a game that went down to the wire. And now they're coming out here with some new players inserted into some spots, as I had a chance to talk things over with their head coach, Kevin Brewer, and he said, Joe, listen, we're going to start two sophomore linemen on the offensive line. We are indeed trying to build a football team on the fly for the season. Look for us to get better each week. That's happened from week 1 to week 2. If it happens again week 2 to week 3, I'm okay with where we're at. And so, again, it's a good matchup with two teams that are still a few weeks away from district play, but both, again, eyeballing that magic of let's get good enough to make a run for a playoff run.
Oh yeah, this is the most experienced team South has had under Coach Brian Ritchie. He had to rebuild the program, get kids to join in, and now a lot of their starters, you see they're all seniors, juniors. They're playing one sophomore, but he is a tackling machine on defense, so there's a reason he's there.
Fans, again, we're live with you here on YouTube. Those watching on KHGN, we welcome you abroad for the broadcast here at J. Lewis Bogus Stadium. It's the Hawks in the green uniforms. They'll be kicking off, going left to right as we watch it from the air-conditioned press box. They said it's going to get hot in here. It feels pretty good. Kickoff deep into the end zone and goes over the head of the return man. In this case, that's Joe Trevino. McAllen starts off with their own 25.
Yeah, McAllen's going to start off, like you said, at their own 25. Let's see if they can get a big start. The goal is, let's go, let's put some points on the board, let's put some pressure on the Hawks when they get to the offense.
We understand that the Hawks would like to be looking to use the clock and kind of control the tempo of this football game. McAllen may indeed go with the same format. What does that mean? It means if they're both successful, we're going to get out of here real early, which is something everyone wants to do, trying to get ahead of this rain. It's a dry field to start this ball game. Wind coming out of the north, right in the face of the Mac High Bulldogs as they start their first possession of the game. Brian Garza, the quarterback, hands it off. First man through to the right-hand side, dances out across the 25 to the 29. A carry by Octavian Lewis, and a good run on first down.
Yeah, a gap in the right side. Good hole by the offensive line. They formed it. He made a couple cuts, got up, and it looks like he gained about 5 yards.
Lewis on the carry, got the first down. He lines up as a deep back in a spread formation here. Shotgun formation again for the quarterback, Brian Garza, the junior. Two receivers left-hand side, single receiver right side on second down, and another running play, this time off left tackle, and that's about a yard gain, nothing more. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, good job by the defensive line of the Harlingen South Hawks. They closed in the gap that looked like they were trying to form with the running play, but they closed it in, brought them down, minimal gain.
Matthew Cavazos alongside. It's good to be back up here. I was hoping to be here last week. I was hoping to be here tomorrow night, but fans, that game has been canceled. The Harlingen Cardinals will not be taking on Converse Judson. We'll have to get into that a little bit more about what's happening around the Rio Grande Valley in Friday night football, or in this case, the lack thereof. 10:57 to go. We're in the first quarter of play. First drive of the game and a running play for the Bulldogs, and that goes nowhere. Loss on the play of a couple of yards. The Hawks were all over that third down play.
Yeah, they ran it to the left side, didn't find anything. He tried to cut it back to the right, and it looked like Sebastian Garrett laid a big hit on the runner.
First drive of the game, and a running play was over there on that left side to help force the issue. And again, once the ball carrier, Octavian Lewis, tried to reverse his field, there were guys waiting for him on the containment. Punting time for the Bulldogs of McAllen. We're just underway here in the first quarter of play. First drive equals about 5 net yards in total offense for the Bulldogs. Hawks should get good field position out of this exchange. A low snap, nice job of fielding that. Kick is away, and it's a good one. Hawks racing over to return the punt. They'll let it bounce. Takes a Bulldog bounce inside the 30. That's where the Hawks will take over.
Yeah, the Hawks are going to take over at it looks like the 27-yard line, and you're going to come out and they're not going to throw shots. They're not going to take deep shots down the field. That's not their game plan. That's not Coach Ritchie's philosophy. His philosophy is to get the runners the ball and make sure that a playmaker has the ball in his hands no matter what.
So if they're going to be doing that, then we'll most likely see a double tight end set on a lot of basis. Even if they spread the ball or spread the field, doesn't mean they're going to ice it downfield. They're going to keep the ball within the tackles and look for the contained runs and the sustained drives. First down play for the Hawks. Two backs in the backfield. They'll shift a man to the right side on first down. David Torres, the junior quarterback, does not hand off, swings a pass left side, had a man, incomplete pass in the direction of Michael Becerra.
Yeah, there is. Like I didn't say, actually, they made the pass 10 yards downfield. That's a surprise. Usually they come out running the ball, just trying to get a feel for the game, but coming out, letting David Torres show what he's got.
Jackson Helmkamp and David Chiquito over there as the coverage guys on that right side of the defense for the Mackay Bulldogs. The incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Torres wants to throw again. Slings it left side. It's caught, about a 6-yard gain. Quick pitch and catch. Derek Delgado, the senior, on the quick pass, 2nd and 10. Torres wants to throw.
Quick passes, getting it into the hands of the playmaker, and it looked like there was a little bit of an extracurricular activity down there. There's a flag. It looked like I saw a push from Delgado for the South Hawks. We'll wait for the call.
And that will drive coaches crazy when they're trying to build something, build some momentum, take a look at guys and who's going to perform in situations and start factoring in penalties.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. Number 5 on the defense. Number 15 on the offense. Those penalties will offset. The result of the play is third down. That is each individual player's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the game.
Well, and that defines that. That thus usually ends up in a bunch of running on a Monday when they take a look at the film when you commit a personal foul such as that. No harm, no foul on the chains moving. Third down play, and here come the Hawks to the left-hand side, and a lot of room down the sideline on the left-hand side. On the run, it's Corbin Hendrick, and he will go to the house. Touchdown, Hawks. How about that run? They went pass, run, and touchdown.
Oh, yeah, they really switched it up, like you said, and they went back to what they're normally doing. A big gap, a huge gap. He runs through it, and I don't think he was touched on the play. It was just good blocking all the way around from the linemen to the secondary, from the receivers on the corners, and then once he had space, no one was going to catch him.
Corbin Hendrick on the touchdown run for the Harlingen South Hawks, and it comes with 9:27 to go here in the first quarter of play. And just like that, the Hawks break out on top. Last week, Hendricks ended up with 83 yards on 14 carries. He went near that distance on this first carry of the night. The extra point is good. Hawks up 7-0.
Yeah, this isn't.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique, collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Carry and a touchdown run for the South Hawks. And for a second time in this ball game, in less than 3 minutes, the kickoff team will make their way onto the field. And you couldn't ask for a better start if you're on the home side.
Yeah, 3 and out on the first drive, and that's one of the goals that Coach Ritchie has. He has a big board, defensive goals, and it says 3 and out on first drive of first half, 3 and out first drive of second half. Check that one off, and then score a touchdown on the first offensive possession. Check that one off too. This is the way they want to start. This is always the way any team really wants to start a game.
And they kind of opened it up with a couple of quick hitters on the outside, looking at the passing game in the short routes that opened up that run by Hendrick. Kickoff time for the Harlingen South Hawks. And it's a high kick right down the middle of the field. The catch is made. They called a fair catch at the 10-yard line. I think that in this case, Felipe Magana actually decoyed the official. He was calling the other return man off, but the official said that's a fair catch and stops the ball right there at the 8.
Yeah, an accidental fair catch, as he said. He said, don't come over here. Don't mess it up. It'll bounce and something bad will happen. So he tries to wave him off, and it's a fair catch. And so now the refs spot it down, like you said, at the 8-yard line.
McAllen was looking at the sideline as he makes his way over, saying, hey, I was going left to right with my hand at my side. And the official said, no, you weren't. Here it is.
On the receiving team, taking more than 2 steps after a fair catch signal. That penalty will be assessed as half the distance from the goal from the end of the run, which would have been the 25-yard line. First down.
And that is by rule the call that has to be made there, Matthew. And it's, you know, the rule's in effect. You can call a fair catch to protect the return men. So if you do advance the football, then they enforce this 15-yard penalty. In this case, half the distance to the goal line. They haven't marked the ball back half the distance. They will now. As he had timeout on the field, the officials will look it over. That's what Coach Ritchie is saying right now. It's like, if you're going to assess him half the distance to the, then he made the catch at the 8-yard line. It should be back to the 4, 1st and 10 from there. Nothing doing. They don't move the ball. We're just announcers, my friend. First down play, looking to throw, swing it right side, incomplete pass. A leaping attempt there on the catch by Ed Castillo. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, quick out route, but there was a Harlingen South defender coming in, putting his hand up. He had to try to get it over his hand and also into the hand of his receiver, and it was just too much, too far out to the, it looked like the left side, and he just couldn't reel it in.
You love the replays here on the game, and the KHGN students down on the field, they put the cameras away about 10 minutes before the broadcast, and they're back out and operating in full fashion. Running play right side for the Bulldogs. Out across the 15 to the 19-yard line. Another carry for Octavian Lewis. Another 3rd down, though, coming up on this now their 2nd drive. Call it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, to the right side he came out, and eventually he saw the gray jerseys, and he just put his shoulder down, and that really did gain him 2 or 3 more yards.
Under 9 minutes left here in the first quarter of play. Thanks again for joining us here for the broadcast. KHGN in conjunction with RealSportsLive.com. Running play up the left-hand side, and that's good enough for a 1st down. The chains will move. The drive stays alive, and they continue to feed Octavian Lewis early in this ball game. Lewis right there. Hit by David Cortez, but that's a secondary guy making a tackle.
Yeah, he went up to the left side, a huge gap, came in, made a couple cuts, and like you said, he got tackled by Cortez. And earlier I mentioned to you, he's everywhere. He's a tackling machine. He's that sophomore that I brought up, but you want to watch out for him and watch out for this running back.
Hawks showing a blitz up the middle on this 1st down play, and here they come. Running play right at that blitz. They get past it, gain a couple of yards. Lewis again on the carry, and already we can see Octavian Lewis is going to be a busy man and a tired man at the end of this night.
Oh, yeah. At this point, they've only attempted 1 pass so far, and every single handoff has gone to Octavius Lewis.
Lewis lines up in the backfield again on this 2nd down play after a 3-yard gain. It's 2nd and 7. 7:57 left here in the first quarter of play on a Thursday night in Harlingen, Texas. Bulldogs want to pass, looking for a deep ball down the right side. Got him in. It's caught across the 50. Ball goes out of bounds. That'll be a catch. Or will it be? Yes, it will. Move the chains across the midfield stripe. A terrific catch that time by Nathan Linus. Giannis made the catch and stuck with it till he got out of bounds. 1st down play, quick handoff. Lewis again, running left side inside the 40-yard line, and this is a good response for the McAllen Bulldogs.
Yeah, this is, usually you feel a little bit lost on the field after a 3 and out and then a touchdown, but they really came out, and a great job by the quarterback on the last play. There was a defender coming right at his face, and he, under pressure, makes a perfect throw to the receiver.
That's Brian Garza, who lines up in a shotgun on 2nd and 5, slings a pass left side. That's overthrown, tipped, and intercepted. Hawks with a pick. Down the left-hand side, on the run. Isaac Marino has a wall of blockers, may go all the way. Marino, touchdown, pick 6 Hawks. 7:04 to go. They're up 13.
Don't take anything for granted right there. They throw the ball. It's a quick screen. He overthrows the receiver just a little bit, tips it into the air, and Moreno's coming in to make a tackle, and he feels the ball in his hands, and he's like, well, I guess I'll take it. And he goes and takes it about 60 yards down the field.
I love the blocking as the wall of blockers just got right in line. And a lot of guys, when they get that kind of an interception, will race ahead of those blockers. He waited. He let them get in line, and then he just rumbled right into the end zone for the score. Hawks fans loving the start of this one. What looked like an impressive drive for the Mackay Bulldogs ends up in 6 points and a timeout called by the Hawks.
The first charge timeout of the half.
Yeah, just what a play.
Head to downtown Harlingen for great food.
New rule is as soon as that touchdown is made, the play clock starts. So if there's any celebration at all and you don't get your personnel on the field, you may end up having to do what just happened right there with Coach Ritchie's squad. Call that timeout. Extra point coming up for the Hawks. Good snap, placement down, ball up, away, and good. Hawks up 14-0, and we're just getting started.
And fun. Welcome to Coletti's. Take a break for a quick lunch with handmade burgers, pastas, salads, sandwiches, and pizza. After a long day, have dinner with us where we have over 20 new menu items. Join us for Margarita Fridays and live music Fridays and Saturdays on the patio. Make any day memorable at Coletti's. Visit colettis.net. Downtown Harlingen. It's where you belong.
I opened Alex Restaurant with the intention to give people in Brownsville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alexandria, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
We'll start over at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Third drive of the night and already down 14.
Yeah, and so right now McAllen's going to have to try to respond to this suffocating, you could say, defense right now. And so, like I said, they're going to have to try to respond, try to get some points on the board. That's the goal.
Two receivers right side, one receiver on the left-hand side for the Bulldogs, a shotgun formation. Back to work goes Brian Garza. Last time he attempted a pass, it was picked and returned to the end zone. Hands it off this time on a delay, and that's going to be Lewis again. Lewis already with double-digit carries, ends up going for 3 there, 2nd and 7. And yeah, Lewis gets up hurt.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get up, but he's going to stay down now. Here comes the training staff for the Bulldogs. And so they handed the ball off. He made a couple cuts, went in. He put his head down. Instead of using the shoulder pads, he put his head down, and it looked like he got hit in the head from what I saw. And so hopefully nothing serious. Hopefully they're back, especially before district play, if Mac High's going to try to make that push for the playoff spot.
Teams will take a knee, and so now some anxious moments on the McAllen sideline because of the fact that, again, the junior, Octavian Lewis, was being fed a heavy dose of carries here to start this football game, and now he's being tended to on the sideline. And I know Coach Brewer was saying we're going to start some sophomore linemen. We got some guys we're putting in here, putting in there. But I know one of the things he wasn't looking to do was, let me try a couple new running backs. He was comfortable with Octavian Lewis handling a ton of carries here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think this is part of the game plan to really go by committee, and now you just have to make the adjustments now. You know, hopefully he comes back this game. Hopefully he comes back soon, but if all else fails, you have to make adjustments. Next player up. If you are that next player up, you got to be ready for your number to be called, and now might be that time.
Lewis gets up. He's being attended to. He walk off on his own power, which is a good sign for McAllen Bulldog fans, and that may just be some type of protocol. Now they're going to have to watch him as he was leading, again, head first into that pile. So Daniel Cazares, a sophomore, checks into the game, and here we go with the youth movement for the Mac High Bulldogs, which last year was called a rebuilding type of a season. This year also was slated as a season in which they hope to get better week after week and make a run into a backdoor trip into the playoffs at worst. Running play, first carry of the night, and a couple of yards gain near the 30-yard line. Right into the game, and then right into action goes Daniel Cazares.
Yeah, he had to get the ball, and really there was nowhere to go, so he just put his shoulder down and said, I'm going to gain what I can, and that's what he did. So now it's 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
On 3rd down, the Bulldogs look to the sideline. Clock, 6:20 and counting here in the first quarter of play. Game that some rumored was going to start at 6:30 ended up getting pushed to the right time of 7 o'clock here on a Thursday, and now on third down. Running play and hesitating and nothing doing. Hawks were in the backfield in a hurry. First guy in was Julian Serna, the senior. There was no room for ball carrier, in this case, Caceres.
Yeah, he had the ball. He tried to take it to the right side, right up the right guard, and it looked like you said, number 20 was there. He was right there, met the runner, and just took him down. No way that there was going to be a broken tackle. He wrapped him up and brought him down.
Punting time for the Hawks. Return man back and standing at his inside his 30 is Gabriel Perez. So the Bulldogs, who are punting, looking up already at a 14-0 deficit, will give the ball back to Harlingen South. Good snap. Kick is a low, short, end-over-end kick. Takes a Bulldog roll to the 32 and stops there. And that's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10.
And here we go. Now the South Hawks. I think now Coach Ritchie goes back to the philosophy of let's run it out. We have a 2-score lead. Let's try to just push this game, make it long, get the defense tired, and really make this hard to come back from.
From the 32-yard line, Harlingen South, who scored on their opening drive. And then the defense added points on the board on a pick 6. Now brings the offense out for just a second time on the night with 5:16 left here in the first quarter of play. Shotgun formation, running play, right side. Now the quarterback slings a pass in the flats to the right side. Nice catch. Now yards after the catch. Stepping out of bounds, Derek Delgado.
And there you go, the number 1 receiver right there. He's had all the targets, all the completions. And so that's another guy you need to watch out for the rest of this game.
Quick pace right now for the Harlingen South Hawks. Already ready for the snap, and here it comes. Handoff, running play, right-hand side, trying to get to the corner. Key Rose on his first carry. Will gain a couple, but no more than that.
And yeah, Kidos, he goes to the right side. Really just, they pushed him to that, like the team likes to say, that second defender, which is the sideline, because once you go past there's nothing else you can do. So they pushed him that way. Couldn't get vertical and only got 2 yards.
Second down for the Hawks, and David Torres sets him down. Just under 7 yards to go. Slings a pass left-hand side, the midfield stripe, taking on a tackler, and maybe enough for a first down is Derek Delgado.
Yeah, there's Delgado again. He put his arm out as soon as he grabbed the ball, put his arm out, resisted the defense, and it took a couple more players to bring him down, and they do, in fact, give him the first down as he went out of bounds right at the sticks.
He took on Jason Helmkamp out there, who delivered the hit, and then Helmkamp had to hang on for some help. First down play, man in motion, and they'll fake that. Now look out of a running play to Key Rose, and that goes nowhere.
Yeah, they tried to hand it off, a little bit of a bobble on the handoff. Kidos drops it, and he just falls on top of it, saying, let's try not to scoop it up and do something. Let's just make sure we have the ball still.
4:06 and counting here in the first quarter of play. Harlingen South Hawks, this is just the second time their offense has been on the field here tonight. Key Rose stands in the backfield as a single back. Torres relays the play to the troops. 2 receivers set right side, another receiver left. He takes the snap. Play action, looks to pass, right side, got it. Delgado caught it for a completed pass, and now gets a first down on second effort as he out-muscled Matthew Ramos, the junior, for the first down.
And there's that man again, Derek Delgado. He grabs the ball. It looks like it's just going to be a 7-yard completion. They're pushing him back. He spins, and he carries the defender 3 yards, gets the first down. Yep, they're going to give him the first down, and now a new set of downs. Now they're at the 38-yard line. And here we go.
3:33 to go here in the first quarter of play. Harlingen South Hawks moving the football downfield. On this play, Key Rose stays in the backfield behind Torres. David Torres sends a man in motion, hands it off. Key Rose up the middle, got a little room in the secondary to the 30. Now on his horse to the 20.
Flowers by Jessie on 208 East Jackson in Harlingen has fresh flowers daily and can range for you for any occasion. Recitals, quinceañeras, bridal showers, sympathy, and fresh flower arrangements. Let Flowers by Jessie handle those special needs or day. Call 956-425-2100. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12. Brighten someone's day with Flowers by Jessie, downtown Harlingen, Texas.
Frank's Collection Record Shop has a collection of vinyl records that rivals anyone, anywhere. Located in the back of the Antique Emporium on 123rd East Jackson Street, Frank's Record Shop has been delivering the best sounds from any age or style throughout the years. Records, coins, and more. It's Frank's Record Shop when you shop downtown Harlingen. There's nothing more personal than a homemade quilt, and at GOB Quilts on 102 South 3rd Street in Harlingen, they have everything for a quilter's dreams. Fabrics, tools, threads, and everything else needed for the smallest quilts to the most elaborate imagined. GOB Quilts is a unique source, and it's well worth a stop as you shop downtown Harlingen. Downtown Harlingen has a wide assortment of shops that cater to a collector's dreams. Add Grasshopper for a must-see when you're strolling down Jackson Street. At 221 East Jackson, Grasshopper has a little bit of everything from vintage antiques to specialty collectibles. Displayed with the hands of experience in the business for years, take the time to enjoy what this store has to offer. Grasshopper, 221 East Jackson Street, as you shop downtown Harlingen.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Whoa, what are you doing, man? We're having a commercial without me? Come to the Restore and save some money.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit us today.
It's always a holiday at the Restore.
Come check us out at 507 North 1st Street.
Miss a day, miss a deal.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit us today.
Hino Gas is a proud supporter of Valley High School sports and academics. We encourage you to be prepared for the fall and winter season. Visit hinogas.com to get your propane discount. At Hino Gas, we're here to help. Call us today,
There's lots to see and do in the Rio Grande Valley. If this means the world to you, trust your vision to Gulf Coast Eye Institute. For over 25 years, we've served patients with comprehensive care using the latest technology. Our team of doctors cover a wide spectrum of eye care specialties with locations across South Texas for your convenience, and always treat you with compassionate care. We want you to keep seeing and doing everything South Texas has to offer. Gulf Coast Eye Institute, your world, your vision.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Head to downtown Harlingen for great food, shopping, fitness, and fun. Welcome to Coletti's. Take a break for a quick lunch with handmade burgers, pastas, salads, sandwiches, and pizza. After a long day, have dinner with us where we have over 20 new menu items. Join us for Margarita Fridays and live music Fridays and Saturdays on the patio. Make any day memorable at Coletti's. Visit colettis.net. Downtown Harlingen. It's where you belong.
I opened Alex with the intention to give people in Brownsville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alex & Raw, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
Flowers by Jessie on 208 East Jackson in Harlingen has fresh flowers daily and can range for you for any occasion. Recitals, quinceañeras, bridal showers, sympathy, and fresh flower arrangements. Let Flowers by Jessie handle those special needs or day. Call 956-425-2100. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12. Brighten someone's day with Flowers by Jessie, downtown Harlingen, Texas.
Frank's Collection Record Shop has a collection of vinyl records that rivals anyone, anywhere. Located in the back of the Antique Emporium on 123rd East Jackson Street, Frank's Record Shop has been delivering the best sounds from any age or style throughout the years. Records, coins, and more. It's Frank's Record Shop when you shop downtown Harlingen. There's nothing more personal than a homemade
Quilts on 102 South 3rd Street in Harlingen. They have everything for a quilter's dreams. Fabrics, tools, threads, and everything else needed for the smallest quilts to the most elaborate imagined. GOB Quilts is a unique source, and it's well worth a stop as you shop downtown Harlingen. Downtown Harlingen has a wide assortment of shops that cater to a collector's dreams. Add Grasshopper for a must-see when you're strolling down Jackson Street. At 221 East Jackson, Grasshopper has a little bit of everything from vintage antiques to specialty collectibles. Displayed with the hands of experience in the business for years, take the time to enjoy what this store has to offer. Grasshopper, 221 East Jackson Street, as you shop downtown Harlingen.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live. And
Whoa,
now,
what are you doing, man? We're having a commercial without me? Come to the Restore and save some money.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit us today.
On this first drive, there's a penalty on the play as well.
Mics, please. The lighting's still like that. Four's on.
As we wait for the call, looks like they're bringing everyone back in.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 32 on the return team. A 10-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the run. First down.
If you're McAllen, you know you took the halftime break, and they took an extended break, by the way. They were the last team to come back out. And they were trying to put together some kind of plan, not necessarily even to get back in a game, you're down 31-0, but to put some effort forward that you can build on. They wanted to build from week to week through these non-district games. And so we'll see if Coach Brewer was able to place some personnel in a position to make some plays and motivate some players to make some plays. Meanwhile, the Harlingen South Hawks have found some momentum, found some confidence, and now, Matthew, is when you can open things up and go out there and play, and you too truly can try to improve on your game. Running play left-hand side, and that's out across the 19-yard line. Quick carry for Hendrick, who had a big touchdown run in the first half. His first carry here goes for a good 8 yards.
Yeah, you said earlier, expand your play knowledge. You know, try to take a couple shots, get the experience in different phases of the game, just in case something breaks down in a different game. Kind of like expanding your vocabulary if you're the quarterback or the receivers. You know, the quarterback has to sometimes make the throws that he but won't necessarily make on a normal basis, like deep throws. So this is the time to use them.
David Torres hands the ball off, and here's Hendrick again out across the 20, and that's good enough for a first down. Just stretched across the 20-yard line. Hawks move the chains on the first possession here to start the second half.
Yeah, they wrapped him up at the ankles. He kind of leaned forward, got stopped, leaned forward, got the ball past the sticks, and it went down.
11-10 and counting here in this third quarter of play. Concern was weather coming in. Looks like that's going to be in the picture tomorrow, but maybe not tonight. I don't want to jinx it. One lightning strike could change it for a while. Pass play, left side, another pitch and catch, and now running out of a tackle and out across the 40-yard line. He had a big first half. Derek Delgado, first catch of the second half, goes for 15.
Yeah, he made the catch, broke a tackle, spun out of it necessarily, and went up the field. Got a good 7 yards. So now, like you said, it looked like a 15-yard gain. First down and 10.
First and 10 from the 41. This is your opening drive of the second half here on a Thursday night here from Harlingen, Texas. Wind blowing out of the north, coming right into the face of the Harlingen South Hawks. Again, we haven't seen too much on the vertical passing game from either team, so it's really not going to affect what we've seen so far. Torres rolls right, slings it right, incomplete, underthrown.
Yeah, he was rolling out to his right. You know, it's really hard for a quarterback to make the throw on a run like that, and it was just a little too behind and right at the feet of the receiver.
Delgado, the intended receiver. Second and 10 as the clock stops with 10:37. No game tomorrow night here at Harlingen. They've already called that one off. And that's just because of the fact that Converse Judson, which was the opponent, had to make a decision by 8 a.m. is when they were planning on leaving San Antonio tomorrow. And just too many forecast models. And by the way, they were going to come here, play a football game, and drive back on the same night. And the decision was pretty easy on their end. We're not going to do that. It's going to be tough enough to do that in good weather, much less we may be in inclement weather. They decided not to do it.
Yeah, like you said, it's really hard to make that. You can't make that call on Friday because they have a long way to go. So even if it doesn't rain tomorrow, don't say it was a prejudgmented call because you have to make a call like that, especially when there's feels like an 80% chance of rain tomorrow. You have to make a call like that because they have to come back down from San Antonio, have to prepare, figure out when they're going to go. And so I think it was a smart decision to call it off now.
Third down and 4 yards to go for the Hawks. They'll run it with Key Rose, upended, stays on his feet though, bounces it outside. Can he get to the sideline? Yes, sir. First down, Key Rose, all on second effort.
Yeah, he ran up, got caught in the legs, jumped up, and it looked like he was riding his lineman like a horse. And then he came back down, ran out to the side, broke a tackle, and got to the sticks. He's your little guy that's got some real power.
First down for the Hawks, now in McAllen territory, opening drive here the second half. And Key Rose, he's been instrumental in some of the offense here tonight. So has Corbin Hendrick. Man in motion, right to left. Here come the penalty flags. This will not go.
Yeah, we usually when the play's called dead like that, it's a false start.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 55, 5-yard penalty. No first down.
There's the call. Kendrick was the man in motion. We'll check that Gabriel Perez. Nothing doing, and so it's still first down, but now 15 yards to go, and the ball back on the Harlingen South side of the 50-yard line. 9:13 and counting here in the third quarter of play. Hawks on first down. Play action. Torres rushed out of the pocket. Looks, keeps it, makes a move, gets to the sideline, and is brought down. Good pursuit that time and containment for the Bulldogs. Matthew Ramos, the junior, never bought on all those fakes by Torres, kept him in sights and brought him down.
Yeah, Ramos really did a good job, like you said, not buying on those fakes. Got his fakes right, and he got me. I thought he was cutting them.
Torres hands it off to Key Rose, running left-hand side, got some blocks, gets across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Short of first down yardage, 3rd and 6 coming up for the Harlingen South Hawks.
This is one of the longer third downs that they have. We'll see if they try to run it on the ground to get those 6 yards, or if they're going to try to get it through the air.
Brandon Oliveras and Christian Cortez that time lead blockers on that sweep for Key Rose. Third down play, Torres looks at the sideline, gets the play, with still 20 on the play clock. Plenty of time for the Hawks to change things up in the fly. Torres wants to throw, looks left-hand side, that's incomplete. Getting tangled up over there, Carlos Guajardo, the intended receiver, covered by David Chiquito. Incomplete pass, fourth down.
It's like getting tangled up there. It looked like it could have been called a personal foul if the ball wasn't that high.
Fourth down, Hawks appear to be going for it, or will they? As they look to the sideline, clock running. We'll go under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This is the first possession for either team in this third quarter. Now a rugby approach and the punt away. Short kick to the right side They'll get away from that ball. It takes a Hawk roll inside the 25 to about the 23, and that's where the McAllen Bulldogs will take over.
A 21-yard punt from the quarterback, David Torres.
It's always a holiday at the Restore.
Come check us out at 507 North 1st Street.
Miss a day, miss a deal.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit us today.
First down play for the Hawks. Defense on the field for the first time as the Bulldogs try to generate some offense. Running play left side. On the carry is Daniel Cazares. Checked in the game in the first half when their starting tailback, Octavian Lewis, went down. And Lewis already had double-digit carries when he exited this game. And so if the approach was to give it to Lewis multiple times, now it rests on a sophomore who stands back in the backfield. 4-yard gain on first down. Second down, running right side across the 32-yard line. Up in it and brought down.
He ran, tried to power through. They lifted him up, threw him back down to the ground. So now they stopped him short of the chains. 3rd and 1.
4-yard gain, then a 5-yard gain, and now 3rd and 1. Any coach in the world will take those kind of runs if they're going to move the ball on the ground, and right now that's what the Bulldogs appear to be doing on 3rd and 1. Garza takes it, hands it off, running left-hand side, and that's going to be short of first down yardage as they shut down Cazares that time before he can move forward.
And I think that's Harlingen South number 20. If I'm not mistaken, it's Holloman. We've called his name multiple times. And yes, it is. Jose Holloman came in from the left side, or from the right side, and the ball was run to the left. He followed the man and took him down short of the line to gain, which is impressive, knowing that it was only 1 yard.
6:29 and counting here in this third quarter of play. Each team has had the ball once, and now with the Bulldogs in punt formation, each team will punt the ball away. 5 on the play clock. Punter's had some terrible snaps to deal with. Gets another bad one and handles it easily. Nice, high, spiraling kick, returnable for the Hawks across the 35 to the 40-yard line, out across the 44. On the dead run on the return, Gabriel Perez turns that into an 11-yard return. First down for the Hawks.
I don't know how good that punter's arm is, but it looks like he would be a good first baseman, just making the catches that he's been making so far.
Shortstop, baby. I'm telling you, those are ground balls that with a baseball would be tough to handle sometimes because they're short hopping. They're coming in at just, he's doing a nice job. First down play for the Hawks. Offense back on the field. Thanks again for joining us here. KHGN TV out of Harlingen on a Thursday night in conjunction with Real Sports Live, bringing you high school football. McAllen at Harlingen South. Running play for the Hawks. Left-hand side, and that play is stopped in a heartbeat. First guy through. Ciro Arredondo makes the tackle.
Yeah, grabs him by the ankles, and so once you have that one leg immovable, you can't get that much further than where he stopped you right there.
One of the Hawks players appears to be shaken up just a bit, Miguel Flores, and the official calls a quick pause in the play. It's not necessarily a timeout, but it's long enough to allow a substitution into the game. He jogs off under his own power, so hopefully he'll be back for the Hawk fans. Meanwhile, 5:39 left here in this third quarter of play.
And now, after that extended break, you could say, now they're going to take the ball back. 2nd and 8 with Torres lined up.
By this time in the first quarter, the Hawks had 20 points on the board. 5:33 and counting here in the third. So we start off the second quarter with each team having the ball once. Hawks second time with the ball. Torres wants to throw. Setting it up, rushed out of the pocket, hit, and thrown down. Now the penalties come rolling in. To give credit to Alan Cortez, and then after that, well, who was that? 99. Malachi Dames. But then the penalties may wipe that clean.
Torres looked like he escaped the pressure, and like you said, Dames grabs him by the
after
jersey,
the play.
spins him around and
Unsportsmanlike
throws him down
conduct. Offense number 54.
Ooh.
That 15-yard penalty will be assessed from the previous spot. It is 3rd down.
So that sack will count. Then you tack on the penalty yards, and that's a big loss for the Harlingen South Hawks.
That's Brandon Olivares. He's one of the captains here. You know, you want to make sure Coach Ritchie's trying to keep the discipline in check, as that's been 2 personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct this game and 1 last game that resulted in a player not dressing out for this game.
And as the official indicated, that was after the play. So it is 3rd down. And if you want to get a first down for Harlingen South, get the ball to the 46-yard line, and then you'll measure. And that's the 46 of the Bulldogs. Torres, receiver screen left-hand side, making a move, but hit and down at the 30. They quickly covered up Derek Delgado that time. 4th down coming up.
It looked like the Hawks are just about 25 yards short of the first down. As Derek Delgado grabs it, they try to get into the playmaker's hands. Try to get as many yards as possible, and he goes out 5 yards. So now they're going to punt it from their own 29-yard line.
Clock running with 4 minutes and 33 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter of play. Hawks of Harlingen South will punt the ball away. Back to return the kick is Jose Ravino. Ravino, the junior, stands at his 40-yard line for the Mackay Bulldogs. Play clock down to 8. Snap is low. Nice job fielding that punt. These punters are pretty good. Nice spiraling kick. Fair catch called for. Now contact made. Ball comes loose, but that penalty's coming out. It's going to be Bulldog ball, and it's going to be 15 yards at the end of this, my friends.
You know, I've never seen from the high school game a fair catch interference or a kick returner interference. I don't know for sure what it's called. I haven't seen it much, and I've seen it twice this game. So now this punt looks like it's going to go to the 40-yard line.
Doesn't matter if a player's... Here we go.
Kick catch interference. Number 22 on the kicking team. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the run.
As I was saying, it doesn't matter if it's a fair catch or a catch in motion. The receiver on a punt is given a chance to touch the football, to receive it. Any contact that happens before that or after, in the case of a fair catch, is the 15-yard penalty. Running play for the Bulldogs up the middle, driving inside to 35 on 1st down. Back to work goes Daniel Cazares.
Just kept pounding those legs, and so he went from a 1-yard gain to a 4-yard gain.
Cazares looking good in backup for Octavian Lewis, who went down. The junior is on his way to a big night for the Mackay Bulldogs. Now with 3:39 to go, they'll fake the handoff, play action, looking for it all down the right side. Got a man, incomplete. Looking for Aldo Marin, covered by Caleb Solis. Marin actually had some separation back there.
And the pass is just a little too far out in front, and I think I see the defender kicking himself, because if he had moved back towards the receiver a little bit, I think he could have gotten a hand on the ball, because I think he had a step on it. I think there was a chance that the defender could have reached it, but either way, resulted in an incomplete pass, 3rd and 6.
Hawks would have been looking for their 3rd pick of the game. Running play, and Cazares takes it out across the 32 to the 31. That's short of 1st down yardage. 4th and short coming up for the Bulldogs of Mackay.
That looks like it's going to be short. Looks like maybe a yard and a half. So we'll see there. The 31-yard line of the Hawks. I don't think it's field goal range. Is it worth the 4th down, or would you just punt?
They'll go for it. 31 down, trying to build some momentum, trying to gain something going forward. 3 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Keep 2 backs in the backfield, a high snap. Garza looks to throw, swings it left side, that's nearly picked, incomplete. Stepping in, jumping the route was Isaac Moreno. He tipped it away, he had pick 6 in his sights.
Oh yeah, it was a flat route, and Moreno he got both his hands on the ball, and it just fell out of his hands, but either way, it's a turnover on down, and it's South Hawks ball.
Hawks take over at the 31-yard line. Clock stops. 2:50 left here in the 3rd. All Hawks.
Hino Gas is a proud supporter of Valley High School sports and academics. We encourage you to be prepared for the fall and winter season. Visit HinoGas.com to get your propane discount. At Hino Gas, we're here to help. Call us today.
Do the game at Sherryland, so I'm going to take over there. It was that or Roma, so I took the shorter game. Pass play for the Hawks out in the flats. Left side, got a room. 35 and more. 40, 45. Penalty flag comes in, though. It may be coming back. They hooked up with Corbin Hendrick out of the backfield.
Yeah, Hendrick towards the left side. Really no defender in sight until he got to what looked like the 40.
During the play, holding. Offense,
That's a
number
hold.
12.
And that would show
That 10-yard penalty will be assessed from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Would have been an easy first down. It's a spot foul. So it's still going to be yards gain for the Harlingen South Hawks when you take a look at where the play started. And now mark the ball down at the 40. First down. Running play across the 45. That's a quick 5 yards on a carry by Hendrick.
Yeah, he got those legs pounding. He wasn't slowing down. He started to go down, extended. And so now, like you said, 5-yard gain.
Second down and 5 coming up for the Harlingen South Hawks. 2:16 and counting here in the third quarter. Hawks David Torres out of a shotgun formation. Swings it right side to Hendrick. That's a lateral. Turns it upfield, strung out and thrown out of bounds. Nice job on containment that time by the Bulldogs of Mac High.
Yeah, that's a loss of 4, but there are 2 flags out. One on the far side of the play and one near the sideline where the play ended up. So we'll see what the Zebras say after they meet, after they huddle up.
The one closest to our side looks like it's going to be against the offense. We'll hear the call from the official.
There are multiple penalties on the play, both by the offense. Illegal black in the back. The offense, number 12, that penalty is declined. Chop block. Offense, number 66, that penalty will be accepted. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. Correction. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. We'll replay the down. Still second down.
Well, there were times when coaches would make guys run, and I mean run a lot, on Mondays after a football game, and it was all assessed on the number of penalty yards against you. If that's the case for Coach Ritchie, it'll be a long day of running for the Harlingen South Hawks right now, despite the fact they're up 31-0. Another big penalty. Minute 47 and counting here. Shotgun formation. They'll drop back to throw. Looking, slinging it down the left-hand side, and that's going to be caught. Delgado again, the intended receiver. Minute 37 and counting here in this third quarter of play. Hawks facing a third down. 7 yards to go.
And here we go. They're waiting for the play on the sideline. Play clock coming down. It's 15 seconds and counting.
Quickly played third quarter here for the Harlingen South Hawks. David Torres gets the play. 3 on the play clock. Now down to 1. Takes a snap. Rolling right side. Torres looks to throw. Plants. Fires. Downfield. Incomplete.
Yeah, all he could do there was force the throw to their tight end, to their big man, Brady Bennett, but double coverage. I think it's better off that he overthrew it to the right than overthrew him up or left.
Fourth down for the Harlingen South Hawks. Stops the clock with a minute 30 left here in the third on the incomplete pass. Joe Trevino back to return this punt. Hawks look to the sideline for the play. They do keep the offense on the field right now, but this has been the situation where Torres will drift back into a short punt formation.
Timeout. Harlingen South.
Timeout called by the Hawks. They'll talk it over.
There's lots to see and do in the Rio Grande Valley. If this means the world to you, trust your vision to Gulf Coast Eye Institute. For over 25 years, we've served patients with comprehensive care using the latest technology. Our team of doctors cover a wide spectrum of eye care specialties with locations across South Texas for your convenience, and always treat you with compassionate care. We want you to keep seeing and doing everything South Texas has to offer. Gulf Coast Eye Institute. Your world, your vision.
11, so they changed their theme from Pajama Day to American Pride. and that was their decision, and a really respected one throughout the school.
Good stuff. We were at Harlingen South on Tuesday night covering volleyball action in a non-district game against a district opponent. A rematch this Tuesday starts off district play as Los Fresnos is in town to take on the Lady Hawks. Punt play, Hawks get it away. Wobbly kick, fair catch called for and then made, and the return man gets run into, but its own guy this time. Good job hanging on to the football, Joe Trevino.
Yeah, if you could have called a kick, catch, interference on your own player, that's what would have happened right there.
Minute 21 left here in this third quarter of play. Bulldogs in a shotgun formation.
Okay.
They'll run the ball to the left-hand side. That's shut down in a hurry. No gain on the play. Bayes on the carry. Second down and 9 coming up for the Bulldogs. Under a minute left here in this third quarter.
Like you said, the Bulldogs lining up 2nd and 9 as they're under center. Actually, they're in the shotgun. Here he goes.
Garza looks to throw. Has some time. Overthrows his man on the left-hand side.
Yeah, they were looking for the out route, going just so he can catch it, get out of bounds, gain some yards, and overthrew him. Just a little too high, a little far out towards the sideline, and it was just resulted in an incomplete catch.
Third down and long for the Bulldogs. 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bulldogs haven't operated much in Hawk territory at all tonight. First time downfield in the Hawk territory resulted in a pick 6. Third down here. Guards
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Head to downtown Harlingen for great food, shopping, fitness, and fun. Welcome to Coletti's. Take a break for a quick lunch with handmade burgers, pastas, salads, sandwiches, and pizza. After a long day, have dinner with us where we have over 20 new menu items. Join us for Margarita Fridays and live music Fridays and Saturdays on the patio. Make any day memorable at Coletti's. Visit colettis.net. Downtown Harlingen. It's where you belong.
I opened Alex Ron with the intention to give people in to visitors a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alex & Raw, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
Flowers by Jesse on 208 East Jackson.
Like you said, good field position. The Hawks, it looks like they're going to take it at around the 35-yard line. So that's usually the field position on average is 35 on your own side. But this time, it's on the defender's territory.
Hawks take over from the 35 of the Bulldogs. And we'll start to look at what other personnel maybe Harlingen South will bring into this ball game. We already see that Ryan Cortez is back in to run the show. Back there with him, Corbin Hendrick, that's a starter. He stays in at tailback on this first down play. Man in motion. That's Jose Lerma. Handoff, and here comes Hendrick. Out of bounds at about the 32. So a gain of 3.
And some things never change. And one of those is the running back by committee. They're so deep in the running back area, but you know.
And each of the backs has a different type of feature. From Quiroz, who's the small scat back, stay on the ground, weave his way through, to Hendrick, who gets to the outside, turns on the jets. Muniz, who just barrels in there in the middle. So it's a good mix when you have this by committee tailback. Here comes Muniz this time.
Yeah, it's hard to find someone that's great at everything, but if you can find multiple people great at certain things and you put them all together, then you basically have someone good at everything.
New guy comes in this time. Austin Montalvo checks into the ball game for the Harlingen South Hawks. Meanwhile, the clock running with 7:27 to go here in the fourth. Hawks up 31-0. Third down and right at 5 yards to go. They get to the 25. It should be enough for a first. Play changed at the line of scrimmage by Ryan Cortez. Muniz in the backfield, stands at his left-hand side. Play clock down to 5. Here comes Muniz, right side, got a block. 25 makes a man miss, spins at the 20 to the 15-yard line, down to the 10-yard line. Muniz used the block, then used the move, and then carried a man for a couple extra yards.
Yeah, he said he broke a tackle right here from number 50. Made a spin move, a nice spin move. Defender ended up on the ground, cut back to the right, made his way down. And it looks like they're going to give him the first and goal, so they're going to have the ball at the 10-yard line.
Right at the 10. Football, the nose of the football stretches across the 10, thus the first and goal. Play clock down to 12. Hawks, well, they don't have any timeouts left. They're going to have to take a snap. Up to the line was 6 on the play clock. Cortez hands it off to Quiroz. Hesitates, runs through the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Second and goal coming up.
And I really want to mention this before it gets too late and how underappreciated this unit is to normal fans, but to a football team, a coach, this is one of the most important groups, and that is the offensive line. I talked to Coach Ritchie before the season. They have 6 or 7 players that they rotate in and can play every single offensive line position. Just in case someone gets tired, someone gets weaker right now, they throw another man in there, and they have done a really good job at the trenches, and that reflects the rushing yards that have been gained.
Right now you see Brandon Oliveras on the front line. Charles Mattingly lines up on that right side. To the left side, Daniel Sanchez. Here's a running play up the middle, and that's short of pay dirt. Third and goal coming up for the Hawks.
And now they're going to have the ball at the 2-yard line as they bring in their big guy. Not necessarily big guy, but the one that could barrel through, and that one is Orlando Muniz.
Hendrick in the first half was brought in right about this spot. That's when he ran for his second touchdown of the game. It was Hendrick that broke off the big run that got the scoring started for the Hawks here in this football game. Muniz now stands in at the tailback on this 3rd and goal from the 2 of the McAllen Bulldogs. Cortez takes a snap, hands the ball off. Muniz runs it, end zone, touchdown Hawks.
He runs off to the right side. There's one man there, one Bulldog. He has to put his shoulder down, try to power through him, and he does. And so now, touchdown, Harlingen South Hawks, and the score, 37-0 pending this extra point, could be 38-0.
4:48 to go. Student section still having some fun here, decked out in the red, white, and blue, cheering for the green and orange. Extra point coming up. Jose Lerma out of the hold of David Torres. Kick is away, and just like the others, it's good. Kickoff coming up.
So 30
has fresh flowers daily and can range for you for any occasion. Recitals, quinceañeras, bridal showers, sympathy, and fresh flower arrangements. Let Flowers by Jessie handle those special needs or day. Call 956-425-2100. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12. Brighten someone's day with Flowers by Jessie, downtown Harlingen, Texas.
Frank's Collection Record Shop has a collection of vinyl records that rivals anyone, anywhere. Located in the back of the Antique Emporium on 123rd East Jackson Street, Frank's Record Shop has been delivering the best sounds from any age or style throughout the years. Records, coins, and more. It's Frank's Record Shop when you shop downtown Harlingen.
Switching things up here in the booth. Putting on a better and better show every time I'm anywhere near this place.
A lot of the people down there working the cameras are part of our student-run academy, the Media Arts and Communication Academy. They do a great job down there, spreading the wealth, letting the students get the experience they want and need.
Kickoff coming away, and it's a booming kick, and just like in the first half, with the wind at his back, nothing such as a return for the Mackay Bulldogs. They'll start at their 25.
You can take out those 3 return men, throw them up to the 30-yard line, and you know where that ball's going. It's going straight out the back of the end zone.
Bulldogs take over. Hawks now eyeing, can we complete the deal and pitch the shutout? And I know defensive coordinators are now eyeing anyone that goes on the field saying, protect what we did to get us here. And that 0 means something to a lot of guys on this football field right now. Bulldogs and Mackay trying to get something going offensively, and they get a couple yards on that carry.
A couple yards. It looks like they're going to give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8, just ran up, tried to run into the trenches, couldn't come out the other side.
First guy standing things up was Cristobal Guerra, the senior for the Hawks. You can see him standing tall among all those linemen down there. He's a big, tall, imposing, wearing that number 73 on that left side. 2nd down. 4:09 left here in this ball game. A high snap. Garza takes it, hands it off. Running play, and that for Cazares gets it out to the 30-yard line. 2 more yards gain.
So now they're going to have 3rd and 6. It looks like if they give them the right spot.
Yeah, they gave him a couple extra yards on that spot. So 3rd and just under 5.
Pretty generous there, in my opinion, but it's not my call to make. So
we're a long way from that line of scrimmage. That's all I can tell you, even though we got a monitor here.
3rd and 4.
Our eyes and theirs are different. 3:36 left here. Shotgun formation. New quarterback now in the game for McAllen. That's Robert Amador. Amador takes a snap, drops back to throw. Looking over the middle in traffic, incomplete, and a big hit delivered. Intended receiver out there was Aldo Morin. 2 Hawks there in coverage.
Yeah, they try to throw it into double coverage, and the man from behind reaches around. It looks like he might have gotten a hand on the ball, and that's number 18, Zachary Pena.
That's a big collision. Pena and Michael Becerra back there in the secondary for the Hawks. 4th down for the Mackay Bulldogs. Play clock at 17 seconds. We can get time for this punt to get away. Amador stands back at his 25. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Pressured up the middle, got a great block, turns, now delivers a pass. Downfield, incomplete.
They deliver a strike. And that was a different player right there, but they delivered the throw and went to Mag.
Watch this blocking here. And then it's a tough ball to deliver. And then as the ball gets to the receiver, that just good defense.
It was a good strike, like you said, but he did a good job of reading the play, reading the throw, and getting there in time to break up the pass.
3:11 left here in this ball game as Harlingen South takes over.
Now they're down at the Mackay Bulldogs 31-yard line here at the closing minutes of this game.
Hawks football at the Bulldog 31. Ryan Cortez directed the team down in the end zone on the last drive. Hands the ball off to Muniz, running right up the middle. Got near the 26. That's good enough for 5 yards. On 1st down, we'll go under 3 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, weaving his way through the trenches. And he eventually kind of breaks into the secondary. And they're going to mark it 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Hawks taking their time.
And understandably so, as they just want to pack it up and get home. All the students here still have school tomorrow. So that's something we all have to look forward to.
And then we'll take a look at the weather and see if it's going to hold off till tomorrow night or start coming in the daytime. Penalty flags on this one. Before that play gets underway, most likely offside.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 83.
And they call it false start on the offense. So now 2nd and 12 here at the 33-yard line. And once again, the Southhawks taking their time, letting the time run off the clock. Really just waiting for play calls, but we know what's going to happen. It's going to be a handoff to the running back. He's either going to go left, he's either going to go right, or he's either going to go right down the middle.
Either way, it's going to be Muniz who stands to the left side of quarterback Ryan Cortez. Here comes Muniz. He'll decide to go left, bounces it outside, takes on a tackler at the 25. That's short of 1st down yardage.
Nope, this time they chose to go left. And so he made a couple cuts, put his shoulder down, and really powered through one man.
Meanwhile, McAllen burns their final timeout.
There's nothing more personal than a homemade quilt, and at GLB Quilts on 102 South 3rd Street in Harlingen, they have everything for a quilter's dreams. Fabrics, tools, threads, and everything else needed for the smallest quilts to the most elaborate imagined. GLB Quilts is a unique source, and it's well worth a stop as you shop downtown Harlingen.
And this will do the trick for them. It's not hard to get them involved. And here we go. Now the teams are lining up once again. 3rd and 4, 1:47 left here in the game.
Minute 47 left. Hawks on their way to 2-1 on the season. Mackay Bulldogs will fall to 1-2 on the season. Coach Brewer again looking to just build some momentum. Coach Ritchie now trying to gain some serious momentum. Couple games left before district play starts. Running play, Muniz right side hit and drives forward. Second effort gets him close to 1st down yardage. He was hit smack head on by Jordan Rivera and then ran right through that. Short of 1st down yardage, but great second effort.
You hear keeping your legs pounding, but that took it to a whole new level. Even if that was me out there, I have a big frame. That would have taken me down like a light.
4th and 1 coming up for the Hawks of Harlingen South. They can take this under a minute left in the game before they take the snap. Cortez waits. Play clock down to 6. Takes it. Here's a handoff. Muniz has a first down and a little more inside the 15 to the 13-yard line, right down central. First down for the Hawks.
You said a little earlier in this drive how Coach Ritchie and the Southhawks are trying to gain some serious momentum. And we talked to him earlier in the season. He does believe that their district right here, District 32-6A, is the toughest in the Rio Grande Valley. And how now it's 6 teams. So you have to get 4th or higher to get in the playoffs from this district. And that is still a very tough challenge. We've mentioned San Benito, Los Fresnos, Harlingen High School, Brownsville, Hanna, Harlingen South, and Brownsville Rivera. That is a tough district to go through, and they're lined up in victory formation. The game is over. Harlingen South Hawks 38, McAllen High School Bulldogs 0.
A shutout for Coach Ritchie and staff, and I'm not sure which is more impressive, the fact that they put a 0 up on the board and held it, or if they put 38 points on the board and the way they did it, with defense scoring points and the offense doing it through the air when needed and on the ground, and it wasn't just one guy. This was a team effort, a team win for the Hawks, and an impressive victory for win number 2.
Yeah, this seems like a very experienced team, a lot more balanced. Earlier, there's some injuries to the running backs. They haven't been able to keep that by committee standard that Coach Ritchie likes to have, but now it's in full effect, and now they can do it in the air. They have all phases of the game down. And I'm excited for district season to start.
That'll take us to the end, my friends. Our final score, 38-0 for Matt Cavazos, for the entire KHGN crew that did a terrific job on this one. I'm Joe Bowling for Real Sports Live and for KHGN. Until next time, 38-0. Hawks win this one. Good night.
And we're clear.